Welcome back to Brutally Honest Reviews. This week it's just me, Rob, and Sam.
Justin's got diarrhea.
Justin's got diarrhea.
Poor thing.
Yeah, we really hate to see him go, but we really have to let him go.
Shucks.
Anyway, we're so stupid. We're here this week to review Hellfest, and also this week we are going to be reviewing Venom. So, but first this week we are starting with Hellfest. What were your thoughts going into this, Rob? Initially, seeing the trailer.
Seeing the trailer, my first thoughts are, oh my god, this is going to be fucking horrible. So I took my little sister to go see it, so someone else would be with me to see the terribleness. And it was so much better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Like, it actually wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
Definitely wouldn't characterize it as a good movie, but it was a fun movie. Perfect length for the type of movie it was. Nice and short. Straight to the point, not too much garbage filler. But yeah, I actually kind of liked it.
Yeah. So I liked the movie. Seeing the trailer was absolute shit. The trailer was basically painting it as like Saw 11 or Saw 13, or the whole point is like they're painting it as like some like generic horror movie.
Not the vibe I got.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you finish.
I got the shit generic horror movie vibe from it because it's called Hellfest, and all I'm thinking is like, and I know it's not the same movie at all, but like when Zombieland came out, I refused to see it in theaters because it looked exactly like a shitty B horror movie. Same like with this one, and then
that's one of my favorites now though.
It's okay.
I like horror comedies like a lot, so it's not my favorite one.
We should do a horror comedy episode because there's a lot of ones
Tucker
that
and
people
Dale
don't
vs.
know.
Evil is the fucking best.
So good.
That one's good.
Ash versus the Evil Dead.
Ugh.
Now that you say
discontinued
Saw,
them,
though, what this trailer did remind me of was that shitty ass movie House of Wax.
Oh, Pamela Anderson? No, Paris Hilton.
Yeah.
Even worse.
Yeah, that's what this movie reminded me of, the trailer.
Completely forgot that was a thing.
Yeah, it was horrible. I still watched it.
But yeah, same thing though with trailers like that. Is all the trailer looks like is just crap. And then I went to see it and I was actually pleasantly surprised, and I don't want to give too much away, but it was actually enjoyable and not too generic.
Yeah.
Sam?
Yeah. So I feel like I'm gonna interrupt a lot because when I first saw the trailer for this, I originally thought that it was gonna be like stupid 18-year-olds, and like I personally was super worried about how haunting would be represented, because as somebody who works in a haunted house, I feel like I get mixed reviews on like when I tell people I do that, because they're like, oh, you're like either childish or like whatever, that's weird, you're a weirdo. And I was like, are they gonna make everybody there like a weird, like are they gonna make it too much like murders everywhere and like all of this shit? But it was actually pretty tame in terms of how much murdering happened. I'm not mad about it, but it was a very genuine haunt experience. I think that it was just enough creepy, scary shit happening that, like, not giving too much away, but security, it's in the trailer, but security doesn't believe when shit's happening because they're like, I'm not gonna arrest people for doing their job. Like, they're paid to scare you. And there are some people in haunts that act like assholes, and they won't back off of you, and they will follow you the whole time. I'm not that kind of person. If you're not reacting to me, I'll be, fuck yourself, I'm gonna go to somebody else. But, like, there are some people who will just, like, get all up in your face and not move, and then you just get, like, angry, like, get away from me. And I feel like all the actors showed all emotions that at least I feel or have seen working in a haunt, where they were, like, having fun and laughing. And, like, when Taylor was like, I love the art of this place, I'm like, wow, fuck, that's me. And then, you know, they were getting annoyed because this guy was following them the whole time. That bitch in the striped shirt got what was coming to her. I've had so many people like her. I'm just gonna PSA. Yeah, is that what it is? If you go to a fucking haunt and you're the kind of person that's like, you're not scary, I hope you are aware that I've stabbed you in the face 100 times in my head, because that literally is so not, like, I don't care if you don't think we're scary. You just paid money to me, so.
They did a
Thank you.
really, really, really good job of making it exactly how it is whenever you go to like a large event like
Yep.
that. You said you haven't, but I've been to a bunch. Like I've been to Halloween Horror Nights in Orlando in California like 3 or 4 times, and I was just there recently. It's exactly like that.
Yeah.
The people are goddamn annoying. There's and you get there's so many different types of people that go through like the haunts, and like some people that you hate, some people that you like.
I will admit that I'm someone who's annoying because I'm not the people that I hate coming through my haunt. Like, there's people who come through, like, my rooms, and in my room this year, I'm alone. And there's, like, you know, there's the kids that are, like, they'll try to, like, touch my face, or, like, they'll do some weird shit, and I'm, like, you can't, like, stop. Like, you have to keep going, just kind of, like, as your character, and it gets fucking
When
annoying.
you throw down and tell them you're doing your job.
But, like, with me, when I go, I don't like being startled. So, like, when someone just runs up to you and is like, boo, I'm like, oh, fuck! Like, I will, like, be that obnoxious one that's like, okay, I see you, yep, and you're in there. Like, I won't shut up when I go through haunts, and I know that there's probably some actors out there who have been like, fuck you. Because I'm just that annoying. But I've never been that person that would go up to someone and be like, you're not scary. Get away from me. I'm like, okay, you can't, what? Like, I don't...
This is why I hate being an adult, though, because, like, being an adult going through Halloween Horror Nights, I'm kind of, like, the entire time, like, I know I'm wearing an outward mask of, like, whoa, but, like, in reality, like, in my mind, like, my adult brain is now, instead of being, like, genuinely scared, thrilled, and amazed, now I just jump to, ooh, that's an exquisite representation of that film. Oh, wow. He really rehearsed his movements. He's really good at his job.
Yep.
Like, dad shit. Like, that's, unfortunately, like, I love going to haunted houses, but, like, now it's, like, for me, like, instead of being fun, it's just, like, now
I
it's
just critique
like,
the shit out of
dad mode.
But, like, it's still fun. Like, I love going through haunts because I'm like, ooh, their makeup's amazing. Like, there were so many haunt characters in this film. I'm especially inspired by, like, those little children that, like, took them to hell with the bags over their heads.
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna
Strangers.
do that. I'm gonna fucking do that. I don't know why I, like, forgot that was a thing. Like, the bag over the head is so, like, it's so easy, but it's so effective. Like, if a kid ran up to me with a bag on their head, I'd be like, bye, and I'd kick them right in the face.
As you should.
Yeah. But let's get into it.
So, we start off the movie. We're introduced to the main character, who I'm not going to remember her name. I forget the main character's name. Natalie.
In her Uber, who can't fucking act.
Right,
Sorry, he was
right.
so funny, because you're just like, you could tell he was talking to himself. Like, you're just like, yeah.
So Natalie,
I was
we
distracted.
meet her in her Uber. We quickly realize, like, she's going back. She's going back home from what, college?
Yeah.
I think I missed that part.
Yeah, because she keeps flaking on everything because work and school's, like, gotten too much and she can't balance it. So it's a big deal that she's even there.
And all
right
of her
now.
friends bring that up when she goes and sees them.
Yeah, I hate that shit.
I hate all
That was a genuine thing that happens because, like, if you flake, there's people in, like, my friend group who are like, wow, you're here. And I'm like, all right, I should have stayed home.
Yeah.
So everyone was just
It's
so
always-
good in their parts in this.
Can I just say, though, it's always the fucking person who's done absolutely nothing with their life who always calls out the person who's never shows
God,
up.
you have no idea how many
Because
times I've
that's-
stopped myself just this week from
That's
it's
a
Monday
fucking
just
getaway.
making a post like that on Facebook. Like, y'all need a fucking hobby instead of getting mad at everyone who's not, like, you know, around to entertain you all
Like,
the time.
geez, for sake of, I won't state their name, this is going to be like a murder show. Geez, Louise, how dare you?
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
I lost what I was going to say a little bit.
So she shows up at her friend's house back home, her friend Brooke, and she instantly is like, oh my God, you're here. Didn't think you'd show up. And then all of a sudden, Taylor, who is this alternative,
The obnoxious one.
I didn't hate her, I thought she was super fun. I
She
saw
was
a lot
good
of
in her part.
myself in her, but at the same time, I was like, why is the alternative one always obnoxious? I don't fucking get it.
She
I do
wasn't
get
that
it, but
bad.
she was just.
You didn't like her? What's her name?
Taylor.
Oh, okay, right.
I had a love-hate for her. I think it's because she was one of the people that, like, she called her grade school. She called Natalie grade school. And they, like, didn't like each other because they had, like, problems. And then, like, you know, through the night, they're like, oh, you're actually pretty cool. And I was like, wow, that is actually a genuine thing. You ever, like, not know somebody that well, and then you go to a group and you're like, oh, fuck, they're there. And then you end up being their best friend by the end of the night? Because it's happened quite a few times with me.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if it's just because they were girls. They were a very accurate representation of, like, how girl groups are, I think. And I was like, I'm either a shitty person or, like, I don't know.
Maybe
that was pretty genuine.
Maybe it's a girl thing because
Probably is.
most people who I think are pieces of shit actually end up being pieces of shit
I'm too
time and time again.
I'm too stubborn to change my mind. Even if they do something cool, I'm like, fuck that idiot.
Yeah, no, I feel that. I'm at the point where I'm like, I have way too many friends, so I don't want to like them, and then I end up liking them.
All friended up.
Damn, yep, all friended up. But Taylor pops out. They start the little, like, you know, whatever. Like, oh, she's here. They go into Brooke's bedroom. Natalie and Brooke are in there. They're going to change. And then she's like, Gavin got us tickets to Hellfest. And then she's like, what is that? And I'm like, okay, I don't know what rock you're... Well, no, because I guess there are some haunt attractions that I don't know. But, like, I feel like with how big Hellfest was, seeing as it was 90% of the movie, when she was like, what's that? I was like, fuck you. There was no way you weren't that...
And if the tickets sell out that fast...
Like, there's no way you weren't that detached that you didn't know what Hellfest is, but whatever.
Yeah. I mean, that was... Put into perspective, Halloween Horror Nights was 1,100 houses and, like, you know, everything you could walk around and everything. We went to all of them. But, like, this one, it just seemed like everything they ended up in was, like, a haunted house. Like, they went through, like, 3 or 4 haunted houses in this giant park before they went to the Deadlands. And then they found 3 other haunted houses. And then at the end, they run into Hell, which is the scariest one, which I completely forgot about, which wasn't the scariest in the park, in my opinion.
Yeah. I would have loved to do that, though, because it was like you had dead ends that you had to, like, retreat. And if I was ever, I think that happened to me once in a haunted house where I think Barrett's did it one year where they had a room that was a dead end, and I was like, oh, fuck. But, like, I
remember the dead end. And, like, the door closed, and you heard chainsaws, and then the doors open.
Yeah, so I guess to set up the little evil villain of this film, it opens with, like, a previous, because Hellfest is a moving horror night, as they called it. So one of the locations, a girl who was similar to Natalie, they were both, you know, dark hair, you know, they looked very similar, and that's the killer's thing, I guess. She gets gutted and strung up, and people think she's a prop, and they tell that story again, which I kind of liked. I like how they set... This movie was so simple, but they did everything correctly, I think. They set up enough... I mean, I didn't like how random the kills were, but I feel like they set up enough that, like, when they reference back to that story, I'm like, oh, yeah, that should happen.
So we did skip that. That happened. That was the first.
That was the very first thing that happened.
So, like, it was another town where Hellfest was going through with another. It was a different mask.
Yep.
Different mask, yeah. And so we killed and gutted this girl, and then we were just thrown right into the story with our character. Very predictable, but I mean, that's just a setup. Yeah.
So there's a little, like, banter going on. I was like, oh, this is, like, comedic.
When they go in, right?
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, this is pretty genuine.
It's creating the shitty characters they're shitty for a reason, though. Like, they're supposed to be.
But they're
shitty.
the perfect kind of shitty.
Yeah. I feel like they go into this, like, really fast. Like, the beginning was pretty quick. And it's like...
Probably only about 5 or 10 minutes before they're actually at the park.
Be like, this is the killer. Yeah. These are our main characters. We're going to meet, like, 2 more once we get to the park.
Which I liked.
And then they go to the park.
I like that because we didn't need all the backstory.
It was really good I think.
I don't want them to try to get us attached to any of these characters because they're all dog shit. They all need to die.
Well, they built the characters as they went, and they I think they knew that for the most part nobody was really rooting for these, like, even real people who are like that.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine. I don't know if they like Actually, this is probably too stupid to think about what a character like Asher would be thinking about the character Asher watching the movie in real life.
Yeah.
Probably like, probably like in that character's head.
Like, I'm someone...
Stupid people can still enjoy it.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm someone who, I guess, like, I see Taylor and I'm like, oh, she's the most like me, but I hated her the most out of this. And I'm like, oh, I gotta reflect on who I am as a person. That's all this film, like, showed me. Because when I go to haunts, I'm the one who's jumping around and, like, going up to things, being like, oh my god, look at this. Like, it was very harsh reality to
Were you surprised?
see in front of myself.
Were you surprised when you were introduced to Gavin and he was like this really nerdy guy and like
Yeah.
really like?
No.
I was surprised.
No. If he was a stupid pretty boy, I think it would have made it... I wouldn't have liked it as much because I feel like there was just a genuine, like, awkward like between them.
Yeah.
That I was okay with it.
I thought that Taylor was playing off some kind of a jealousy thing in the beginning scene, though, so I was very surprised when I found out he looked like Walter White Jr.
Yeah.
Did.
Was he?
That guy actually has cerebral palsy.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so he wouldn't back.
He looked a lot like him, though.
He did.
Yeah.
The
I was
more-
like, I didn't get a chance to look it up in the theater because there was like one person besides me in the theater, but they were like right behind me, so I felt like they were like breathing down my neck.
That was
and,
me
like, they're
with
gonna
the
be like,
only
security.
2 other people in my
What's
shit.
he doing?
I get it. But yeah, once they're in Hellfest, it's pretty much just them wandering through a park like how we would. They go take, I mean, the shot thing was whatever. Like, when I go to haunts, I don't take shots, like, at Hellfest or at whatever haunt.
Pictures, you mean?
But no,
No,
when
shots.
they took shots, like, out of
The
syringes and shit,
alcohol,
they're like, let's take
needles.
shots. And I was like, okay, mood. I would have loved this place, I think.
I only drank at Horror Nights because of my anxiety from all the people.
Yeah.
Despite
I get it.
Taylor thinking I'm a raging alcoholic sometimes,
Sometimes
I
you
really
need
like to
it.
enjoy, like, I really liked, like, we'll talk about Horror Nights after on
Yeah.
a different occasion, but
Yeah.
I really liked that the houses are really authentic. Like,
Mm-hmm.
when they're about a movie, they're really authentic, but
Yeah.
at the same time, it's like all those fucking people, like just like in this movie is like so many people, so many fucking people, 90% of
How
which I
they
hate.
got that many extras is fucking insane.
Maybe they just filmed at Spooky World and didn't tell
That's what
anyone.
I'm wondering. I'm wondering if they actually like built a Hellfest and like in order to get all these extras, if they like advertised it, being like, "Want to be an extra? All you got to do is come
I
to this
don't think
park."
so. I've been on a
They
union
got
set.
so many extras for that.
I'm on a
They
union
got
set
so
right now.
many. I mean, all of the haunt actors could have been all the same person the entire time,
Yeah.
just changing costume. But like, I feel like it was a pretty legit feeling. Like there was crowds, there was lines, they had like the weights and shit, and there was people, whatever. They show when they focused like on the striped shirt girl who has no name, then she doesn't deserve one anyway.
Beginning of the movie.
No, like when they're actually
first
in it,
girl that died
and she's like
behind.
being a bitch, and she's like, oh, whatever. And then the guy, the murderer guy, who has the same mask as like 5 other people once they go to the Deadlands. Is that
Yeah.
what it's called? They have like this. They said what that character's name is called, but I forgot what it was. He has a mask and he's in like a gray hoodie, like every other one. The only difference is their shoes. And I was like, ooh, like that shit.
Really focused on the shoes.
Yeah, and then forgot where it was. Alright, so the bitch in the striped shirt, she's just like one of those whiny brats. And there's been so many. I went to Spooky World when they opened this season, and I had a small group, so I went in with another group in front of me, and they were those people who were like, "You're not scary."
Just stupid.
Like, they would get mad when people would try to scare them. I'm like,
Like-
do you know where the fuck you are right now? Because, like, I mean, I was being obnoxious. I was like, oh, shit, because I'm night blind. And part of it was going downhill at night, so I was saying shit, and this bitch was like, say shit one more time. I was like,
Shit.
you are not having a good time, are you? Like, did someone force you to come here? What the fuck? But this bitch in the striped shirt, she gets bumped by the murder guy, and she's like, you think you scare me? And then, like, shoves him, and I was like, your death is gonna be one that I'm rooting for. So when they go, like, immediately after that, they go into a house, they go into these mazes,
Yep.
And the boys go into one, and the girls go into another. They go to they go to the school one, whatever the fuck it's called, and they do get.
Are you talking about in Deadlands?
No, this is before it.
On
When
the
the
way
girl
to
with the striped shirt gets killed, they go into the school, but they get split up in the school.
Oh, the girl that she watches get killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I feel like that was like like that's not unbelievable to happen. I feel like if I went to a haunt and like the other two were like, I'm getting out of here, and she was like, the fuck you waiting for? Just do it. Like, I would have been like, did that happen? Like, even though I'm used to like hearing chainsaws and shit like going off from the haunt I'm in, I feel like if someone stabbed somebody in a haunt, I wouldn't be like, oh my god, they murdered somebody. I'd be like, cool trick, dude. Because they had knives, and they showed that immediately after when they left, when the guy walked up to a random girl, like, pretend stabbed her, and then they laughed. They were like, see, it's like a joke. And Natalie's like, shit's going down. But
That scene was like, I liked that scene because like I was like, if you were really like fascinated with like the haunts and stuff like that, like maybe you would stick around and watch as he killed this person,
Right.
hypothetically. So I thought it was like interesting to see her like process everything and figure out that maybe that was real.
I feel like human instincts as well kick in, because she's like, that felt a little... Like, I feel like you know when shit's not right.
Real.
Yeah.
But, like, there are people who are, like, super good at their job and are, like, legit. But there are some people, it's very awkward when people are in your room and they just, like, stop and stare at you for 10 minutes and you're, like, trying to act, and your act only goes so far, and you're like, oh, shit.
All right, come on. See that.
I had that happen last night. This boy was all up in my shit, and I was like, you can go now. And there's like a scare like immediately after me, so I was like, yes, please get them out of here.
That's why I hate kids and I couldn't be in a haunted house, because if I was
The
a scare...
teenagers are the worst. Only some of them. We had really good groups this time.
They're all high too.
But like, there's some of them who do that. They go in and they try to like get all up in your face, and they're like, touch me, do it. And I'm like, what are you expecting me to do?
After like his turn was up, I'd be like, all right, motherfucker, I'll take you, I'll show you. I'll fucking take him around back.
I just
Show him
always
what
have to
it's
tell
really about.
myself
Trip
that
him when
like,
he's
you
leaving the
paid
room.
for this and you're not getting your money back.
Fuck that idiot.
It's my mantra. But like, I don't understand. I know that there's some people who get scared and they get angry, and I like how they showed that in this. They showed that bitch that died, and she was a bitch, whatever. You're not scary. As they go through the haunts, because essentially nothing really happens except they go through haunts. They notice this one guy in that freaky
Over and
decaying
over again.
mask is like following them. Whatever. Some like meaningless shit happens. Like they take photos in a photo booth and he takes the pictures, whatever.
That's
like
where they share their first kiss.
yeah,
Oh.
whatever.
Oh.
Like it was a drunken, just increasingly getting more sloppy, and I'm like,
Well,
you lost your cuteness.
Let's go over these characters real quick, because we never really went over them.
There's nothing to go.
So you have Natalie, who is
flake.
the flaky lead. Gavin, who she meets up with there, who's the boy love interest.
Yeah.
And then you have her friend
Best friend
Taylor. What?
Brooke. Her best friend is Brooke. They have the necklaces.
Yeah.
And Taylor's just kind of like,
Taylor's-
I live here! And it's just an obnoxious friend.
Oh right,
add-on.
okay.
So grade school.
So
Yeah.
Brooke was her best friend.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
They're
she
the
was dating,
bridge between Natalie and Taylor.
and she's dating who?
Quinn.
No, yes, she's dating Quinn.
She's dating Quinn, and then Taylor who's the grade school friend, is dating Asher
Ash, yeah.
or Ash.
Yeah.
All right, interesting.
And that's literally all you get
Yeah.
of them.
And Ash is just introduced at the haunt.
Yeah. He's
That's all you
with
need, though.
Like, hey, what's up?
Gavin. His death, while cool.
they're bros.
Sorry, guys, he died.
They all
Plot
die.
twist,
No,
he
they don't
died.
all die.
They all die. Besides,
should all
I
die.
like the two final girl thing that they had. As much as I like didn't, Natalie was whatever. I do think she made some pretty smart choices. That like, I get very angry when like final girls are like these like dumbasses who like make it, or like when characters you know are gonna die, like they're just disposable and they're just there to like be filler or
So
like
first half of Night of the Living Dead.
yeah, and then when they die, it's like, oh, all right. Or it's like when they start kicking ass, it's like, why didn't you fucking do that 10 minutes ago? But like,
Yeah.
I know if you did, you'd have 10 minutes
That's
less of a movie.
My only criticism of Night of the Living Dead is the fact that half of the movie, she's an absolutely like stomachless like piece of shit. And then the other half of the movie, all of a sudden, she's got balls and she does shit.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't add up.
I feel like how Natalie was, she was pretty genuine. Like, she's like, yeah, I'm here to have a good time. But she kind of, like, went with her gut, like, oh, that didn't feel right.
They also showed her figuring things out throughout the movie.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's going to be there, it's going to be there.
Yeah.
But she wasn't ruining it for people.
No. Because
But she does use that again later.
I hate those people.
That's how she survives later.
Yeah. And that's... Wow, I didn't actually put that together at
Yeah.
first. I was like, oh, shit, she's smart. She jumped in there. Damn, you're right. Yeah, she was smart. For someone I was like, you're a shit friend. No, I didn't say that because, like, I flake on people. Sorry, guys. Love you all. But, like, I feel like she was pretty solid. Whatever. Like, I haven't been around, but, like, I'm here to have a good time. She does have a good time until she gets, like, spit up on. That whole bathroom scene made me a little uncomfortable. After she gets spit on when they're waiting for Ash to come out.
So let's rewind a little bit because we're skipping one of my favorite kills in the movie, which is the first kill.
Oh, right.
The first kill in this group.
That one I actually did feel something
loser.
for.
Yeah.
You can't win any games.
I felt something for that one. But I like that they included that because they were like, I feel like usually it's like, oh, I'm going to win all these whatevers. I mean, it was super... Once I saw the other two winning prizes, it's like, oh, well, who's not going to win? Gavin, of course.
As a watcher of movies in general, like, when watching Gavin, I was like, come on, like, redeem yourself, like, grow as a character.
Yeah.
Oh. And then and then the second his head reached the hammer,
The
I don't know what it's called,
strongman
but
machine.
yeah.
As soon as his head touched it, I was like, oh, fuck it, kill him. Like, I want to see this.
But that's like, I feel like even that was genuine because I feel like, I mean, he snuck. So essentially, how he died, they split up because he's like, I'm gonna go get her a prize because he felt like a wiener for not winning
shit
and
earlier.
He was
any games,
even embarrassing himself in front, like the game show runner. What is it called? The carnival. What is it?
the Carney.
The Carney. So even the Carney in charge of the game or whatever
He's like, give up, bro.
was like, yeah, he was embarrassed for himself as well.
It was so good. But
Anyway.
essentially, he goes back to the game. It's like, hey, you remember me? And he's like the one that sucks at everything. And he tries to, like, you know, he's like, I paid like $50 worth of games. Like, can't you just give me one? He's like, no, I'll lose my job. And he just walks away. And then miraculously, someone is like, yeah, there's more toys in the lockers as he's walking by. So he sneaks into a locker room, picks out a toy, turns around, and this thing, man, whoever he is, he has no name.
The shape.
Homeboy's
Ew! Okay, the Shape 2.0 shows up, and he's being silent, and there are those actors that are like that. Like, my first year, I didn't say anything. I was just, like, there, being spooky and moving all weird, because I was like, I don't know how to... So it wouldn't be that weird if someone was, like, not saying anything, but he was like, you're taking your job way too seriously. And I feel like the first injury he got was to his leg, right?
I think he punched him in the stomach.
Like he tripped
Gavin,
him. He tripped him with the.
Oh, he hit him in the throat with the
thing.
end of
Yeah.
it.
Oh yeah.
Yes, that's
okay,
what
so
it
he
was.
tripped
Felt
him,
that one.
and then when he was on the floor, he was like, "Dude, what the fuck's your problem?" And just fucking hits him with the throat, and I was like,
For 30 seconds, I was trying to figure out, did he hit him with the
he hit him with
the
just
mallet
the end
end
of it. No.
or the stick end?
He hit him with
Yeah.
the stick
And then I was
end.
like, oh, the stick end. Fuck.
I felt it in my throat. I
It
was
was
like,
such a hard hit.
and so at that point he's like, shit's going wrong, and he backs up to do a really stupid cheesy kill. He backs up into the actual like extra machine they had of the strongman thing, and when his head's there, he just swings and crushes his head like a watermelon.
I don't remember, but did the bell or the weight
It did.
hit the
The,
bell?
the bell went off, and they
good.
used that as like a
Good.
scene transition.
Good.
I was like,
I forgot if it did that.
You can't not do that. It's got to hit the bell.
And it looked
was
pretty good.
It
It
did.
look pretty
Looked like a
good.
pop grape.
It did.
They probably used the watermelon.
All of the effects, I'm not upset
Yeah, they
with.
actually looked pretty good.
This was a pretty, for a simple and straightforward like film, like it was just, you know, haunted house, shit happens, people actually think this happens, like that's why they won't go in haunts. They're like, I don't know who's in there, what if we get killed? And that's why I was worried when I saw this. I was like, are they going to make this some stupid massacre movie?
Yeah.
But they had like a pretty tame level of bodies that I feel like could easily be...
Yeah, just one.
4 in total was said on the news report as he went home on the radio.
Gavin,
This was a really solid
Quinn.
film, now that I keep thinking about it.
Taylor didn't die?
No, she did it.
Taylor did
Then there
die.
should have been 5.
No, Gavin, Ash...
Quinn.
Quinn
He got stabbed.
He got stabbed.
Yeah.
The girl in the beginning.
Yeah, and the girl in the
The
beginning.
girl in the beginning.
Yeah.
Quinn
feel
died?
like-
He rushed in and he stabbed him
Oh,
in the belly.
both of them real quick.
right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why did I forget about him? All these characters were really forgettable.
Yeah. Which is
unfortunately.
good
to be
because when it's their time to die, you're like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
No one cared about that.
No.
Anyway.
Yeah.
They
They
all
were built
should
to be hateable.
The striped one, I was like, I mean, they show you that she's gonna die in the trailer. Like you knew
I
she was a given.
think
And I was rooting for that because I hate people who are like that come to haunts.
I would have liked it had they all died.
I like that there was 2
And that's because
final girls
if
in
it's
this.
if it's a traveling thing and he follows it around the killer, he should always get to kill them all. That's fun.
I
I
like.
Plus
feel
that-
like it's more realistic when you do like sprinkle in a few kills here and then you just dip.
I mean,
That's how
the,
no one's able to find
the
it.
last one he only killed 1 person,
Yeah, he killed that
and
one
this
girl.
one moved up quite a bit to 5.
Yeah,
Shit got out of hand.
Yeah,
yeah.
He didn't anticipate all this.
he's gonna get found.
He didn't put enough money in his daughter's college fund before he went out to this Hellfest.
I'm intrigued enough by this story. So in this film, they don't explain who the guy who's killing people are, and they don't give us anything except at the very end when he goes to like put his mask away. You see that there's other masks, so that you imply that he's gone to
Done
other
this
ones
before.
as
And he has
different things.
And he has relics from each on the bottom.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
and
You know-
he has a picture of, I believe that's the girl from the beginning that he killed, unless that's supposed to be somebody else. But they're essentially the key person he's following is Natalie. That's who he's trying to scare the most, and she looks just like the girl in the beginning.
Maybe that's what his wife looks like.
I think so.
I was thinking that.
Because he
Yeah.
has a type, and they made that very.
This fucking
Very
bitch always making me
obvious.
take out the trash.
And at the very
Kill
end,
her.
well, why was his daughter home alone then that night?
Maybe his mom's cheating. I mean, her mom's cheating on him. Who
It's
knows?
gotta be
I
some
don't know.
shit. Like I'm intrigued
Yeah,
enough that I want more of his backstory, but
I
like
kind of like they
I
didn't show his
don't
face.
think that we're gonna get that.
What if his wife left him when she went to a horror event with her friends
Yes.
and cheated on him with a carny?
It's gotta be some
With
weird
Captain
shit
Voodoo.
Like that.
Captain Voodoo.
He was
Tony
so
Todd.
good.
So Tony Todd from Candyman fame in this movie
Mm-hmm.
plays a ringleader of a circus with a guillotine.
Yeah.
Kind like a circus kind of like event in the haunted house area with a guillotine,
Mm-hmm.
which is where Taylor loses her head.
Yeah.
Eventually.
I'm really. That's another thing that I was like, all right, well, here's one of those obnoxious things. How do they have a mannequin head of her almost exact hair?
Yeah.
Like you could have
Not
picked
that quick.
like you could have picked anybody else with just like
Yeah, her
straight
hair is
blonde,
not generic
straight black,
enough.
whatever, and she had this like little pixie cut with like grown out roots, and the ends were like really light blonde. And
Did
of
she have
course,
like a pink
she had like
streak through it?
purplish in it, yeah.
Something.
They should have
And-
edited the head out.
And they had this mannequin with
Already set up.
almost the exact same hair. I'm like, there's no fucking way.
Yeah.
That was so not believable. But they needed the whole like she volunteered thing.
I really enjoyed this kill though because it was done in a way that I would expect.
Yeah.
Because like obviously like well first of all like obviously like we're not even gonna go we'll go into this later like how there was so many like kill ready weapons available around the park which would never happen.
No, wouldn't. That's another
Well,
thing.
I
I was
like-
like, there would never be. Like, I mean, the carnival ones,
Some of
whatever.
them made sense,
The
though.
mallets do make sense. But
The ice pick. The axe
had
was
shot
stupid.
the axe would
The
never
ice was
be in
stupid,
there. That
but
would
the
be
ice
fake.
pick that he stole from the snow cone guy, That one made sense to me.
Yeah, that
It
one.
made sense.
The mallet. I mean, it's just a
There
heavy
wouldn't
hammer.
be the
axe
guillotine
was
one. I
stupid.
guess was okay because
But
in like film they they'll have blades that aren't sharp because they're
Yeah, you
safer,
wouldn't have a real blade.
but they'll get the same effect of it.
her
being
neck
real.
would have still been broken
Yeah,
if that was real.
yeah. So I do get it.
You think
and
so?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But what if the weight of that?
It only
you
takes
don't know the
7
weight.
pounds of pressure to snap a neck.
What?
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't think that would have done it though. Because
If it's a, I think the whole thing when he lifted. Okay, so
assuming so, like if it's
if it's a
I'm gonna
real
say this.
unsharpened blade, that has some weight to it.
If it shouldn't be. I mean, as an adult looking at this, again, I'm going to go back into my
Safety.
dad's shoes. As an
That is
adult
so
looking into
unsafe.
this, the safety, the blade would be dull, and there's no way that would weigh enough that if it actually did come down on someone, that it would actually.
That's
maim
what I'm
them or
saying.
kill
It would have to be fake.
them. Yeah.
Because even if it was really metal, it could break someone's neck if it.
Yeah.
Then you could
That's a
argue
liability.
to replace the
She
blade.
did.
Did he replace the
It
blade?
did cut her a bit.
No, this guy does shit on the fly.
I was waiting for her to. I was like, as much as she like annoyed, I had a love-hate thing going on with her just because I hate myself and that I'm like her in most public situations. But like when she got out, I was like, yes, go get fucking help. And then she died anyway. And I was like, come on. Why?
Oh, that was impressive to escape from that and then die.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, of course it's her character. If it was anyone else, I probably would have been like, damn, you wasted that. But it was like, yeah, that was kind of one
It's a common thing
You
I say in
earned.
horror movies, though. I'm always saying that was impressive that you still died
Yeah.
after you escaped.
Like she was able. So the guillotine has like shackles. How they do it, they put it low on your waist and it's loose so that like you can like
Shimmy
shrug
up her
out and
back.
like
Yeah.
get the illusion, whatever. And then the one on your hands usually aren't that tight. This motherfucker, Shape 2.0, comes over and like pulls her back, and I was like, I felt so many splinters go into my stomach when they just like pulled her back a
Yeah.
little bit into where her head should be in the guillotine, tightened it around her chest and her arms, and she's like, this is so uncomfortable. And I'm like, yeah, panic set in for me because I'm not claustrophobic, but I don't like when I can't move my limbs.
Yeah.
So I was like, ooh, get out of that shit. She got out of that so fast.
You know, as annoying as I found her character, she was probably the best actress or
She
actor
was.
in the movie.
She
Yeah.
was.
Like her reaction
sure.
to getting trapped in that was pretty genuine, I felt.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
how she freaked out to it.
But
Yeah.
I feel like has any horror movie come out like this where they use a haunted attraction as their
Funhouse.
I've never seen
1980s.
that.
Oh, that's probably But I feel like
does
this
Killer
is-
Clowns count? Part of it's Funhouse.
I have
it's
that piece
their
of
it's
shit.
their tent, but like
Yeah. I don't know.
it's not as much because this is like a theme park where you really aren't like this is a genuine fear people have because you don't know who it is under like the makeup stuff, and for me I don't understand that fear anymore now that I work at one because we all show up not in makeup together and then we get ready
Largely-
together and then I know who everyone is, but I understand how outside people could be like, oh, you're an actor.
Largely, I think it's how difficult it is to get that much of a set design. And, like, it was impressive. Like, they really, like Hell, what is it called? Hell Night?
Hellfest?
Hellfest? Okay. I don't know. Fucking know.
What?
So Hellfest, as generic as it seems from the outside, like there's so much.
There was.
They did a fantastic job.
I really
with all
want to
the
see
production
behind the
design.
scenes for this. I want to know
Yeah.
if it is genuinely that many houses or if they just redid rooms. Because that is very doable. In my haunt, we have moving walls, so we change the shape of it every year
Oh, no.
and like the layout of it. So I want to know if they had like maybe like this amount of space and they just had these many houses, but they just reused those for different attractions, or if they
Yeah.
actually built a big ass park. Because I know that the one with the ride was probably its own shit.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. It's actually really easy to do something like that. I mean, I would assume because of cost they would have tried to use a minimal location, but
Yeah.
at the same time, it's like they clearly had a budget.
Oh, for sure.
So
I feel like it was used very well in this, honestly.
Yeah.
Everything was pretty solid. And I hate when like simple films like fuck up. Like you can tell where like shit was wasted.
Yeah.
This was like genuine, had my attention the whole time. The runtime was pretty good, so it's like
An hour and 37.
yeah, I was like, all right.
I was looking because I was seeing how many
Not
movies I
even.
could
It was
marathon
89
today.
minutes.
Yeah, it was a little bit less than that.
You sure?
Yeah.
Mhm, we looked it up.
89 minutes.
It was an hour and 37 when I checked that.
Oh, that would have been too long. 89 minutes.
That was a solid.
And that's probably including credits.
probably.
I think it is. It felt longer. It felt like a. I think it's because they jumped right into the Hellfest.
Yeah.
To me, it felt about as long as it was. About 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it all depends on how you feel about haunts too. Like if you're someone who doesn't like haunted attractions, you'd probably see this and be like, "This is taking 5 years," because you just want it to end. But me, genuinely enjoying haunts, I found a lot to appreciate in it. So I was like captivated by it the whole time. So when I left, I was like, "That was 5 minutes."
No, it was a good movie.
I feel like it was a
though.
good. Yeah, no, it was great.
Like
pace wise.
The main character had an arc, and
Yeah.
I followed it the entire movie. I didn't give a shit about the characters who were not supposed to be given any weight to care about anyway. And it just, it worked out. It wasn't like, it's not like anything like where I feel like I like subliminally connected with the actors, like Halloween or something.
No.
But it was definitely a good fun horror movie.
Yeah, I'm like really
Yeah,
surprised
that's
it took
how
this
I
long
would
for someone to make
characterize
something
this
like
movie. This movie was fun.
Yeah. I'm glad I saw it. Not dying to see it again. This is on another one that I'd put on in the background while I'm working on my effect stuff here, because I do like horror films like this where they're just like fun to watch, and like it does have the scare. I think that's why I like horror comedies so much, because I do get my balance of like terrifying shit to look at, but it's also like calm moments. Like I probably couldn't sit here with like Paranormal Activity on while I was trying to do my work, because I would just be so tense the whole time and be like, oh fuck. But
yeah, this
was
movie,
a fun one.
This movie,
Still not my favorite of the year, but
it won't
it's a good one.
It won't stick with me, but
No.
it'll like I'll see it too if it comes out, because like at the end they set up like the traditional Halloween Michael Myers, the shape gets away thing.
Yeah.
The police go in there, they
has a
clear it
nice
out.
house and a family. I mean, the Michael Myers thing is a
Oh yeah.
totally different thing, but I think that's the scary part, when there are people who like have cushy lives and they have like his house was super nice from the outside. He has like a cute daughter, and he's still out there fucking murdering teenagers. You know?
I mean,
there was enough here to get me to watch another one.
6-figure job can't replace your dream of killing children, I guess.
Fuck you, Barbara. Someone's gonna eat his lunch out of the fridge, and he's like, that's another body. He's just gonna pretend that it's them. That's where I feel like pent-up aggression comes from in that kind of universe.
What are your theories as far as like what?
It's 7, guys.
Oh shit!
That's the second time that's gone off during the pod.
I like that tune.
Thanks.
It's very relaxing.
What were your thoughts on the ending? Like, what do you think they're gonna? Where do you think they're gonna? What do you think the motive was? Is my question.
Well, I already said one possible one. That was kind of me just kidding, but it could be, maybe it looks like his wife. Maybe,
now that you say that, I'm like, ooh, that's a good
maybe
one.
he had a daughter that just went to college and he's all pissed off at her.
I want to know what he looks like, because he has a blonde hair, blue-eyed baby girl on the fucking couch, and he's killing exact opposite people. So I'm like, what is this?
I thought he would look like a freak to start, because every time.
You never see his face, by the way.
Yeah.
That's what frustrated me. I hate that.
It's necessary.
It is, because now I do want more, and it's super smart to do that, because I feel like you can expand a story instantly by doing that if you have enough people who give a shit. But whoever did this trailer, I feel like did it an injustice, because I don't know a lot of people who saw this, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Towards the end, you never really see Quinn die. You just see him get stabbed.
In the eyeball.
Was it in the eyeball?
Yeah, he got a syringe in his eyeball, and then he smacked it into his face.
Never mind.
That's a gnarly
I was thinking
one.
of
I
someone
hate
else.
shit with eyeballs. I hate I can't even look at people's eyeballs when they're red because then I just start fucking
If you
tearing.
hate that,
So like when he got a syringe in the eye, I was like,
you should watch the kill scene from a Game of Thrones season 3.
why is it with eyes?
With a mountain fights Oberyn and Martell. And fucking pops his goddamn head.
Or I haven't seen that one, but or Zombie. Lucio Fulci
Yeah.
Zombie with the. You seen
That
that one?
one's good, but this picture
Did I?
literally the
Italian? No, you might not have.
What is it? Is it the splinter in the eye? What movie is
Splinter
that from?
in the eye.
yeah that,
When
that one was
they
gross.
slowly put her
Yeah,
face.
that one was
God!
gross.
One of my haunt
So
friends showed me
slowly.
that because I have my haunt character has she's missing like half her face, and I didn't have a stapled in eye at the time, but he showed me. He's like, you know what that reminded me of? And he showed me that scene, and I was like, what are you doing? Like I just when it comes to eyes, I can't. I'll watch several people's throats get slit and be like, good work,
This
but like
one was really well done too.
the eyes or anything with eyes, I'm like,
just
that's where it's on the
imagine
line.
literally the world's strongest man
Squishing your head.
just grabbing you by the head, putting his thumbs in your eyes and just
Ah.
squeezing, and your whole skull pops. Meanwhile, he's screaming and his teeth are all fucked up because he punched him out of his face.
Yeah.
It's really good.
I still have time to watch Game of Thrones. You know, that was my New Year's resolution, to watch Game of Thrones, because I had like over a year to catch up before it came back.
I still have to catch up.
Still have not seen a single episode of Game
I
of
have them all if you want to watch them. They're so good.
Thrones. Because I was like, shit, can't I just pick up from the
No,
wedding? Since, you know, half the cast fucking dies in that. Spoiler alert.
Don't say to Evan. He'll forget.
I will forget.
Okay.
It's so
There's
good.
gonna be people who haven't watched Game of Thrones and be like, fuck that bitch, because that is what happened. So I was like, I'm just
in
gonna
one
pick
of them,
up.
but there's many weddings.
Everybody
Yeah, I
knows
was like,
that,
I'm
though.
just
Even
gonna-
I know that.
Yeah, but I feel like there's people who don't.
There's many weddings.
Well, there's people who get angry about spoilers, like the littlest thing. They'll be like, "Oh, this is this person's name." They'll be like, "Fuck you and your whole family." I wanted to find that out for
I
myself.
actively search for spoilers.
I live for
about
spoilers.
everything.
I love spoilers. I love being the first to know shit.
I ruined the whole last season for myself because I found the entire season outline on Reddit.
Oh,
But I love shit like that. I love knowing what I'm
I
getting
didn't
myself
regret it.
into. I love it.
Because still watching it play out was good. And I swore to myself I wasn't going to do this season. I've already broken
I had spoilers for The
Still
Nun,
looking
and I
for
think
it.
that's the only reason I kind of liked it. That was the saving grace for The Nun, because I had spoilers for it. Because they did that interactive promo thing in like Mexico City or wherever the fuck it was, and someone posted it the day before The Nun came out. So I watched it because I was like, "Oh fuck yeah!" And then a lot of the shit that happened in it happened in the film, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And it was like an interactive haunted house type thing. So of course I was all for it, and that was enough. That's the only part about that movie I liked. I did like The Nun, kind of.
I pride myself on never really having time to look into spoilers.
I'll make time.
It's how
Yeah.
I use my break time
I
at
can't.
work. I just
Shit just
do some
comes out.
digging.
Like, there's so many fucking shows. I go through Netflix every day just to go through to see what's on my list.
Yeah.
I have a mini panic attack. How
don't.
much shit's on
I
there.
don't.
I've
Bother.
got so much shit I put on there and I've never even thought about watching.
I watched
Yeah.
The Office 3 times
I
in a
have
row
the-
because I didn't want to pick anything else to watch yet. I was like,
this
I'm not ready.
Keanu Reeves movie up there with the guy from The Raid in it that I have to watch.
Netflix has some good shit
What?
out though.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. Found out, I remember his name now. It's Iwo Uwais. Or Uwais.
Oh!
Or Uwais. It's spelled kind of like that.
It's fun to say.
But he's in a movie that Keanu Reeves directed.
Oh, wow.
It's on Netflix. I'll show it to you afterwards.
Yeah, let me know.
Fucking love him.
But I'm going to watch it eventually.
Yeah.
So let's wrap this one up.
Yeah.
So in closing, what were your thoughts? What were your thoughts? And what your grade for it?
Being pleasantly surprised from this movie, I'm gonna give it a grade higher than I probably would have normally without seeing the trailer or anything. Probably about like a 6.5, because I mean, it was still a bad movie.
Yeah.
But it was a good bad movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Easy.
That's how I would
watch.
characterize it. It was
Easy
a
watch.
good bad movie.
Yeah.
It wasn't one of those bad movies where you're like, Jesus Christ, just end.
No.
Like, you had fun while watching it.
And it was very well made, I think.
Yeah. The effects were all good.
Lighting was perfect.
The characters fit the story.
Sets were amazing. I feel like with haunts, it's hard to like fuck
Yeah.
it up, but they had the perfect amount
But
of
yeah,
like,
probably.
actors and props. The rooms were insanely fun. It made me want to go to it. Sorry, I just like took over. I'm gonna hold my thoughts.
Probably like a 6 or a 6.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I gave it a 7. I'm always more generous than everybody else, I find. But I gave it a 7. Initially coming out, I thought that it was an enjoyable horror movie. It wasn't too predictable because the love interest died within the first 20-25 minutes of the movie in a great way. Completely shocked me. The acting was generally pretty good. I think Taylor, whatever the actor's name who played her, was the best, most shining performance.
Yeah, and I hated her in the beginning.
Love.
Yeah, me
biggest
too.
love-hate with her.
Largely, I hated all of them, but it was because their acting was on point. Because they were supposed to be.
I know so many people that fit every single one of them. I'm like, oh man, that's not a bad thing.
No, it's not.
They were cool. They were a cool group to go with. Like, that's genuinely how I feel like my night would have gone, minus the murdering.
Yeah.
Like, if I went to this with my group of friends, and it, you know,
like you said,
looked like a fun time.
The lighting is good. The special effects were surprisingly good. With some CGI I saw during some of the forgivable moments, but other than that, I thought it was pretty good. The scares are well played. The character playing the killer wasn't too stupid or too smart.
Yeah.
And I think my only issue with the entire movie was the fact that weapons were so readily available at this gigantic event.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
The axe being the stupidest.
The axe was
The rest I could see.
The second he pulled that out, I was like, that would either be
plastic,
completely attached to whatever it's in, and not come out, and it would be either foam or plastic.
Yeah.
All the weapons, if we have weapons besides our chainsaw that does not have a chain on it, is not legit. We have those spark gloves too. That clown that like went by them was like shh on the ground. I was like,
those
fuck,
are cool.
I love
That's
those.
pretty cool. I like that part.
I want one, but it doesn't fit my character this year. It's fine. What in the fuck? Sorry, guys.
That's the fun alarm.
It's my,
Having a bit too much of it.
Let's
settle it
It's just
down.
snoozing. That's why. 'Cause I'm a dumbass bitch. All right.
So I gave it a 7. You're up next, right?
Yeah.
Or you were.
Is no one else?
I'll go again.
So yeah, there is simple, easy watch. I feel like it's this whole film in general, I'm shocked it took this long to get made in terms of like, I've had people approach me when I've only been haunting for 3 years, but like even in the beginning, they were like, "Aren't you afraid of someone just like going up and murdering you?" And like, I don't know who they are under the makeup, and I get that because I'm fucking terrified of like people in like furry costumes. Fucking terrified of them because I don't know who it is. But like when I work in a haunt and I know exactly who every actor is and who they're playing, it's like, yeah, this spooky thing could run across from me, and I'd be like, "Hey, Steve," like, you know, but. I was pleasantly surprised because that trailer really didn't do it justice. Everyone was legit in who they were playing. I don't think anyone overacted or, you know, was boring in any way. They weren't, you know, anyone besides Taylor, I had feelings towards, and that bitch in the striped shirt. But
negative feelings you're still feeling.
Yeah.
Remember that,
They
everybody.
were still like genuine people. Like, I'm like, yeah, I know every single person who could fit each of these people. I don't think anybody really was like too stupid or too smart. Like, I feel like they were genuine, you know, slightly intoxicated people who are there to have a good time. And when you go to a haunt, you really don't expect someone to actually start murdering you. So I feel like this was just, I'm glad that this one was made because it was well made. I feel like all around, you know, sets were good. It was a genuine haunt experience, I think, besides the murdering. Acting is good, lighting is good, all that shit was good. And it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. And I'm glad it wasn't a...
Did you get a number, Grape?
No, but I'll give it a 7. 7 is what I'll give it.
I did like that. I remember. I feel like it's someone that we know that played the cop in the bathroom.
Yeah, Tom
Yeah.
Segura.
I thought that
Was it really?
No, but he looked.
but he looks
looked like
No.
drunk Tom Segura.
He did.
He did.
Who the fuck was it?
No idea.
he looks
He
familiar
looked
though.
like Tom
but
Segura.
I don't know if it's because
And
he
he
looks
kinda
like Tom
acted like
Segura,
him.
but
Pause real quick.
Definitely wasn't Tom
he was
Segura.
a genuine security guard though. Like
It's
he's
like,
like,
yeah,
I
well-
can't tell anyone.
Well, what do you want me to do about it?
Yeah.
He was like Tom Segura meets H. John Benjamin from
I don't know.
Home Movies, or
Yes!
Archer. The
Or
voice
Okay.
of
Bob's Burgers.
Yeah,
Bob's
he did
Burgers,
kind of
too.
look like him.
Archer.
It's like if they had a
Hellfest.
baby together and he got
Hellfest.
drunk.
He was good. Everyone, no matter how minuscule their parts were like pretty solid.
I'm trying to look it up. I gotta know. This is like
Who the
I
F was
told
the
myself I
security
would
guard?
figure this out after I watched the movie today, and I was just like, I don't know. I watched 2 movies today. I saw Venom 2 today.
You watched them both today?
Yeah. Committed.
Anxiety. I think I did that one weekend. I saw. Well, I didn't see them both on the same day.
wasn't
but
fun.
I saw
Justin
them
and
one
I
after
did a
each
couple
other.
double features.
I'm glad I saw this alone.
Yeah.
Loved my boyfriend, but like, I feel like I was able to fully immerse myself in this, and I think that's what made it.
No
more
Tommy
enjoyable.
buns?
No.
I love their descriptive character description.
Cop.
Very.
The cop that you only saw the back of when they were like, we didn't find him in there, but we're
I
gonna
think
keep
so.
looking.
It's very sobering to just be in this major multi-million-dollar feature and just
This
your
guy
name's
was
Cop.
in there a couple times. He hasn't shown up yet. My goodness.
Oh man, apparently our Wi-Fi isn't that good. Okay, well, we'll find.
No, they don't have pictures because they're
Eventually.
fucking horrible.
Well,
It's not the
Yeah, they're
Wi-Fi.
new.
They've been in nothing else.
oh man, this is
My
a
IMDb
disappointment.
doesn't
I'll
have
figure it out.
photos.
We'll figure it out. Okay. Oh, Michael Torek.
We
That's
got him.
The eyes, you can't. Well, if I could see them,
They're
That's
droopy
him.
yet deep set.
that's him.
Damn,
yeah,
his
that's
forehead.
He looks like he hasn't
fucked up.
slept in fucking days.
Michael
What
Torek.
else is he in?
Office Christmas Party.
Oh, I saw that.
Logan Lucky, apparently.
Really?
I think I might. Was he like an actual character in
Ozark.
Office Christmas Party?
I will tell you.
Because I'm like, I know him
Alexei.
from something.
I
Alexi.
do remember him in the Ozark now that you say it.
He's in Resurrection, which I actually know him from.
But he actually, he just acted like Tom Segura in this one too. That's why it just.
He was good.
it's like,
He did,
damn,
yeah. Like,
He
I
was
don't
in
give a
this for
shit.
0.5 seconds,
Tommy
by the
Buns.
way.
Tommy Bonds.
It's the water champ.
Shout out to your mom's house.
Yeah.
They'll never fucking know we exist, probably. But we'll you'll never know. Anyway,
What are you drinking today, Evan?
what am I drinking? I'll tell you.
Same thing as 2 times ago.
I'm drinking. Yes,
Really?
but this is before we announced it, so now I can tell them the shitty beer I'm
It's
drinking.
like last time you drank Pine Sol. What do you mean?
Today I'm drinking Pompeii India Pale Ale by Toppling Goliath Brewing Company out of Decorah, Iowa?
Ugh.
Is
All right.
Iowa IA?
Yeah,
All right.
Sure.
it's on Idaho because Idaho's ID.
What's Indiana?
Nothing.
Garbage.
Hope we don't have anyone.
made in the
I
US.
One of our 10 subscribers we're gonna lose because they're from.
No, I don't think so.
any of these
I don't
states
think
we're
we have anyone
shit
who listens
talking.
in Indiana.
No, they're all Russian
Theaters.
bots.
If you- That's unfortunate. I want some genuine.
If you're
guy
from
who
Indiana,
likes-
let us know.
I want someone who genuinely likes our opinions.
Anyway, what do you have to plug today, Rob?
Nothing.
Oh,
Just like, rate, subscribe as always.
any of that, I guess.
I don't do any plugging.
So like, share, subscribe, follow Brutally Honest Reviews only on the Brutally Honest Network on Facebook, YouTube, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Vimeo. Not Vimeo.
Whoa!
If you're on Vimeo, you can find my other company, Hop Top Films. We got several movies coming out. Several movies
Several of them.
coming out.
It's nice.
It's very nice. It's a good. Sam?
Well, you know, they're shit to like us, I guess. It's haunt season, so I'm gonna plug my haunt in this shit. 715 Haunted House in Canton, Massachusetts. We're in Cobb's Corner. Come get fucked up with us. I work there, and I will also be guest haunting at Spooky World this year in November. Their final season, bitch. Their final weekend. I don't have a character for that yet, but she's coming. But my haunt character has been posted on Night Terror Effects. If you were... What? Is that me?
No.
Okay, great.
Ghosts.
Okay.
We're doing a
so
horror
yeah.
movie podcast. So
Yeah.
Ghosts.
Yeah. If you like haunt shit, come stalk me. Night Terror Effects on Instagram and Facebook. And yeah, that's it.
Check us out. Have a good week. And tune in next time we post something.
Yeah.
Peace.
Bye.